We're less than 24 hours away from meeting the newest Charlotte Hornet, or as it stands now, Hornets. The NBA draft goes down in New York City tomorrow night. Charlotte currently holds the number 14 and 18 overall picks in round one. The Hornets don't have any second rounders, at least at the moment. And if history teaches us anything about draft night in the NBA, it's that deals are going to be made fast and often, Joey.
Yeah, we did not hear from VP of Operations Jeff Peterson before the draft, which is unlike the Hornets, not to have media ask questions before the event, so we don't know exactly what he's looking for in that next Hornet or even a trade partner for that matter. But here's who could be there at 14 when it is Charlotte's turn. The big three will not be there. That's A.J. Debonsa, Darren Peterson, and then, of course, Cameron Boozer out of Duke. But these guys could. Two guys from Michigan will be available Tuesday in Yaxel Lendeborg and Morez Johnson Jr. Christian Anderson's a trendy name out of Texas Tech. Kareem Lopez is also a hot name. He played overseas in New Zealand last season. And then Hannes Steinbach is a multi-position player from Washington who would certainly fit the bill for the Hornets. A quick break from the World Cup action now because we're on the eve of the NBA draft, and there's nobody better to talk some Charlotte Hornets hoops than the guy who's really in the weeds with this club. That's Rod Boone, doing it for a long time, here now with the Charlotte Observer. Rod, Charlotte heads into the night Tuesday. They hold the 14th and the 18th overall pick. It's a deep draft, really quality through probably at least the first 15 picks if you really look at it. But it's interesting. It does not seem as cut and dry as to what Charlotte is going to do heading into the night. If they even stay in draft at 14, Rod, how are you making sense of the position that the Hornets are in heading in?
I agree. It's going to be tough to kind of figure out in terms of what's going to happen, the roadmap of this draft. But the Hornets do stay at 14. I believe they'll go out there and get a big man. That's kind of like one of their biggest needs, as we both know, this offseason is kind of go out there and figure out how you're going to improve the physicality on the interior, because that was one thing they needed to improve in the end of the season. We saw in the playoffs it didn't work out for them the right way. So the Hornets, from my perspective, have to go out there and get a big man. Now, could that be maybe Hannes Steinbach from Washington? Could that be somebody from one of the Michigan guys? We'll wait and see. But I believe if they stay at 14 and want to make things go in the right direction, they'll go out there and get a big man.
Now, we know Director of Player Ops Jeff Peterson likes to keep things close to the vest. Obviously, he gets the nickname Chef Jeff for a reason, one to make a lot of moves. What's the likelihood of them actually staying with both picks at 14 and 18 in the first round coming up on Tuesday?
It's a great question. I think it's probably not very likely if you consider Jeff Peterson's track record. Obviously, the Hornets can use some more talent, some young talent, but knowing Jeff Peterson, the way he's operated so far, he makes trades. He wants to go out there and improve the roster. And from my perspective, to bring in two picks makes it just not a good move. So I think knowing Jeff Peterson, he'll find a way to take one of those picks and make it something that the Hornets can actually use immediately, not somebody they can actually go out there and develop as the 18th overall pick.
Rod, you talked about the front court. Obviously, that was a big issue for this team really down the stretch of the season, especially just getting outmatched, a little bit out physical than some of those bigger bigs. There's some reports swirling around a Domantas Sabonis or potentially, as earlier today, a Daniel Gafford as well from Dallas potentially coming over in a trade. Obviously, we're still monitoring that Kobe White situation and the extension there for the Hornets. Is it a situation when you head into Tuesday where it's solely a big man, or do you see any other situation in which they maybe address the backcourt, which seems still pretty solidified pending a few things?
I think if they decided to take both picks, yes, they'll go out there and probably get some backcourt help, because you don't want to get two big men, especially two young big men. You want to find guys, again, who can help you more so right away. So I really believe that if they do use both picks, you're right, they'll go out there and find them somebody who can help them in the backcourt. So I think backcourt help is definitely something they will look to go about doing if they use both of those draft picks for sure.
Now, the longest tenured Hornet, Miles Bridges, is really a guy that seemed like a trendy trade piece. The past couple of seasons, there's been talks, is he going to stay? Is he going to go, coming off yet another solid season? How real are those chances that we see Miles possibly involved in a trade coming up tomorrow night? As we said, Jeff Peterson won to make a lot of moves no matter which way he does it.
Right. It might not be tomorrow night, but he's definitely a player to watch these next few weeks here, as you mentioned him, because he's been mentioned previously in trade talks, but he's on the last year of his contract. He signed a 3-year deal. So at his numbers, about $22 million with him having an expiring deal. He's somebody you can use as a bargaining chip to go out there and bring some more talent that can help you right away. Somebody definitely can take Miles off the Hornets' hands. They want to come in here and probably get him. So I would definitely look at Miles as a player to watch for sure next week or so here.
Now, outside of the draft, the future of Kobe White here in Charlotte is one that a lot of people have talked about, maybe one of the biggest dominoes that is yet to fall. How likely is a deal going to get done, and how important would it be for him to be back here in the teal and purple for the years to come?
I mean, it's very important for them to get a deal done with Kobe White because Jeff Peterson mentioned several times in the offseason when he first made the trade for him about how they wanted to have Kobe's bird rights because they figured that helps them. Obviously, we sign him, they can go over their cap number. Seeing his mentality, seeing that he's a kid from Carolina, to me, bringing him back is something the Hornets have to do. I got to believe deep down inside that both sides want to get this thing done. I believe that Kobe White wants to be here. I believe the Hornets want him here as well. So we'll see if it actually gets done.
Certainly a big piece to lock up if they want to go where they want to go. All right, Rod, before we get you out of the door here, let's get to why you make the big bucks now. If you're Charlotte and you're taking them, somebody on Tuesday, whether it's 14, 18, if they even do select 2 players, who are the Hornets taking?
Good question, man. I mean, that's the question that I think everybody wants to answer right now. I think probably a big guy like Hans Steinbach from Washington if he's there, somebody like him, and then maybe Anderson or something from Texas Tech because a possibility at 18, depending on if he's there. We know he's going to be going the first 4 or 5 picks, but once the middle rounds come along, there's a lot of big guys who come off the board. So the Hornets may have their guy right now saying, "I want this guy A, B, and C." They can all be up the board when they come and pick tomorrow. So we have to wait and see how it all shakes out. But for sure, a big man is going to come off the board for the Hornets at some point tomorrow night.
Obviously, some exciting times. Rod Boone covering the Hornets extensively for the Charlotte Observer. You know him, you love him, you read all this stuff. Rod, appreciate your insight and enjoy the draft, man. Going to be a crazy couple of days here over the next couple of days.
Yes, sir. You got it. Thanks for having me.
Queen City News Plus. Just search Queen City News on your smart TV's app store.